Hey everybody, welcome back to Battle Ready Inc. So today we've got a deck profile for you for BlackWarGreymon slash Galmon. You know, Galmon being my favorite Digimon. I've got to work him in as soon as possible into the format. And honestly, if you saw my tier list prediction, I'm really got this deck pretty hyped right now just because it is such a strong contender to go against the Crossheart meta. So if Crossheart does take off, this is going to be a great meta counter for that deck, as well as this is just a strong deck in general. I mean, just the ability to delete tamers in this game is kind of rare, relatively. So for BlackWarGreymon just to be able to consistency over and over and over, just continuously deleting tamers super easily. Yeah, this deck is definitely going to be a contender for the format, as well as it's got some other techs that are really great for countering lots of things in the meta. So let's go ahead and get into this. Don't forget though, our memory marker featured this month is Pikmon, so if you are playing some Shoutmon, this is going to be a great deck. Focus on Pikmon, not her face, thank you. Not on my face either. Alright, so yeah, Pikmon is our memory marker. You can find this on our Etsy page, link in the description below. Very cool, it's got his glasses there, smirking, got the arms up. Yeah, ready for some battle. This is handmade out of clay by my wife, who's sitting here, felt like being in the video this time around, as well as painted by her as well. So you can, again, find that on our Etsy page, link in the description below. Also there, you can find all of our previous memory markers that we featured on the channel, that she has made in the past, as well as some of our Battle Ready Inc. merch. Alright, so I've got the whole deck for you guys pulled up here so you can kind of follow along and kind of see what we're thinking as we go. Now, yes, this is a black base. I'm a big fan of the Maki Tamer. I think she's really great. Very similar to Nokia. If you want to go with maybe a red package and run Nokia instead with more Agumons, you can do that. But I really like Maki because of the genericness of her, because she's a nice searcher for duo color stuff. So that's going to hit, you know, the vast majority of the Digimon in our deck, from everything from level 4 up in our Evo stack that we've got available here, as well as Tapirmon, so we have a chance of hitting a useful rookie along the way as well. So that's why we went with the black package, as same because it also has access to the Chikurimon here. So we'll go ahead and just jump into this and we'll explain it as we go here. So for the babies, I went with Hopmon because of the 1k DP buff. It's just while we have a black tamer in play, and so of course we want to get these Makis into rotation as soon as possible, because not only does she reduce our Evos, but also searching, very, very powerful. So this 1000 DP buff is super clutch, because one of our big ways to remove bodies off the field is attacking over them with the Metal Greymon inheritable underneath our BlackWarGreymon and our Galmon, just being able to run over our opponent's Digimon, as well as when we're just constantly deleting tamers, is just super powerful. So we really need those DP buffs, especially when you come across playing against something like Mother D-Reaper. That's always been a problem because Mother is at 15,000, and a lot of times you just have to crash with her. But when you stack it up with several of the different combinations we have in the deck here, you can actually get over her with BlackWarGreymon or Galmon for a little bit easier. So 1k DP buff on the babies is super, super important. We also have the Agumon here from BT8. We have this whole Evo chain from BT8 actually, because it's super, super good in this deck. This is going to be our preferred on-play rookie that we've got in the deck. Most of the stuff is actually stuff we can Evo in raising area, but this is like a dedicated on-play. Reveal 4 from the top of the deck. Add a Greymon in hand, which is a huge chunk of the deck. As well as a Dragonkin, which is the other chunk of the deck, which is really, really convenient. And then place the remaining on the bottom of the deck in any order. So good searcher for the deck. Still happy with the black Agumon. Then we've got the Tapirmon that complements the Maki. The only reason we're running this really is because we're running the Maki package. So these two, if you're going to play one, you got to play the other. Mainly if you're going to play Maki, you should run the Tapirmon too. It has the nice little 1k DP buff. Again, giving our BlackWarGreymon that extra little bit of a boost for the Metal Greymon to be able to run over. The Metal Greymon inheritable being able to remote over stuff. I at first was thinking about running a red build with the Solarmon, but then I remembered that the other starter deck came with this guy who does the same thing. So I was like, well, we'll just stick to the black package, because the black package lets us, one, run the Tapirmon and the Maki, as well as the Tsunarizamon. So yeah, stick with this guy. It just super powerful for this format. This is one of the other techs I was talking about. It's really good. One, it just absolutely murders Shoutmon decks. The cross decks just hate this card because they can't reduce to get into their cross heart mechanics there. So this is really powerful for those. It also is a great counter to BL Starmon, which, you know, is kind of like a rogue meta counter deck for this format. Really good, particularly countering Shoutmon because it has access to all those blue options that bounce. So this hurts that deck as well. And of course, the big staple of the format, Death Xmon as well. Just absolutely, you know, hammers that whole thing right there. So I really like the Chikurimon. Running it at a 4 of. We really want to see this. Just a nice little consistency thing. You could swap this and make this a 2 of, and the Tsunorizomon here a 4 of if you want. I just think the other one's going to get more just generic use throughout the whole of the format. But if you're not looking to counter anything and you're just trying to be like straightforward, this is my deck. Tsunorizomon might be the better choice for you. I know the price has gone down considerably on TCG Player, so if you haven't got these, you might be looking at finally picking yours up. If you're a fan of black decks in general, or like the BlackWarGreymon strategies, I think this is going to be a really great card you should just pick up in general. But giving the security attack +1 to anything, a black Digimon that has 13,000 DP or more, like our BlackWarGreymon should have a DP boost somewhere, whether that be from the Hotmon or the Hero. It should have a boost of some sort, as well as the Gaomon just already fits that category anyway. So giving that security attack +1 is really strong. And then occasionally the piercing actually does matter because, like I said, we've got the Metal Greymon shenanigans going on where we're just kind of running over our opponent's unsuspended Digimon as well as their suspended Digimon. So if you have a Tsunorizomon just chilling on field, that's giving piercing. That's super powerful as well. So I really like Tsunorizomon in the deck. You could even argue maybe doing a 3-3 split if that makes you feel a little bit better. Get best of both worlds in that regard. Next is our level 4 lineup here, and we've got Greymon here from BT8 as well. This blocker inheritable on your red Digimon, which when you're a duo color, you're going to have that red anyway. Anything that evos on top of this Greymon will have red. And blocker is so powerful. Blocker, a double blocker like BlackWarGreymon, so it'll delete your opponent's Digimon and then unsuspend, and then it can block a second time. Man, whenever I played Armor Rush, seeing a BlackWarGreymon with the blocker inheritable was always the most irritating thing I could ever like come across. Even when I played Imperial also, and the same thing will come from playing against these Shoutmon decks, right? Where they just like to get, you know, double attack. Pretty much every turn, they like to, you know, just swing twice. And BlackWarGreymon shutting down a massive chunk of their swings every single turn. Absolutely, I am a fan of the blocker inheritable Greymon here. Really strong. Deltamon, this guy has got a price increase here recently because people are finally catching on to how powerful he is. Because he's a 3 Evo cost, right, which is 1 more than our others, but he reduces the next one that Evos on top of him by 2. So you actually end up saving 1 memory because of that. And it's 2 colors or composite, and Chimeramon is a composite. So you can actually Evo the Chimeramon for 2 Evo on top of this Deltamon and still get your Chimeramon when Digivolving effect. Super strong. So anything that's going to be Digivolving on top of this guy will always have reduced Evo. Very powerful. And then when attacking, for each Digimon in this Digimon's colors, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 3,000 DP or less. You know, a little bit of extra removal there for, you know, some rookies. Get 2 pops because you're pretty much everything's going to have 2 colors that's on top of him. Really great. And rounding off our level 4s, I went with the Cyclomon. This is kind of a flex spot. Some people prefer like some different kinds of text. I'm just a fan of this because it's dual color with black, so our Maki can hit it when the time comes, as well as it's a Dragonkin, so our Agumon can also hit it off the search. He's just here for consistency, the effect, the Evo cost, anything like that. The DP, none of that matters. It's literally the fact that he's dual colors and that he's Dragonkin, and that's the only reason I've got him in here. But the effect is delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 2,000 DP or less. And it's when attacking, and it's not once per turn. So if you attack with BlackWarGreymon, delete a Digimon, and unsuspend and attack again, you know, you can get double Cyclomon triggers. Now, 2,000 DP or less isn't much, but it is a decent chunk of rookies that could be floating around the format. So I don't mind having him just here as our rounding out Digimon. Now, if I was playing a red package, you know, maybe I could go with like the Security Attack +1 Greymon, you know, the classic level 4 red staple. I could run that here in this spot instead. But with the black package, I decided to go with the Cyclomon. Next for our level 5s, I've got the Metal Greymon in here. This thing is just so good. Either reducing its evo cost with Maki or the Deltamon, making this guy super affordable, is really nice. The 4 evo cost really doesn't even matter as much anymore, just because we can mitigate that so easily now, that a lot of these big evo costs don't even like phase me anymore, just because it's never that much, it seems, at this point. But when digivolving, de-digivolve one of your opponent's Digimon, then delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 3000 DP or less. Super strong in this format, being able to de-digivolve those Shoutmons, where if they go into like an X5 with blocker to pass turn, and you just de-digivolve that Shoutmon, it's like, okay, well, I'm going to run it over now, and you only get to save that, whatever that top thing is gets to save. So really strong ability here. Always been strong. De-digivolve one, then pop something. Ugh, god, always great. And it doesn't even have to be the same thing. It doesn't have to be the thing you de-digivolved either. That's what I really like. We de-digivolve this level 7 into a mega, and then we just pop this random rookie over here chilling in the corner. But the inheritable is really like the big creme de la creme while we run this guy. Is while this Digimon has Dragonkin or Machine in its traits, it can also attack your opponent's unsuspended Digimon. So big plays there with the BlackWarGreymon. Just absolutely like game enders for sure. Also attacking over like Death Xmon. I talked about attacking over Mother D Reaper earlier, but also attacking over Death Xmon. He's 15,000, so being able to run him over is pretty important. Megadramon making it into the deck. I am super happy for this. Not everyone is on this. I am definitely on this. I know its foil pricing has shot up, so I'm pretty sure other people have caught on. Like, as soon as me and my buddy were talking about this format, we're like, because he wanted to play BlackWarGreymon, so I was like, because he could pop Tamers, I was like, if you're going to be playing BlackWarGreymon to pop Tamers, you've got to work in this Megadramon, because, when digivolving, delete one of your opponent's Digimon or Tamers with play cost 3 or less. If you look at most of the Shoutmon Tamers, they're all 3 play cost. So that's just wonderful. We can delete immediately when digivolving, delete a Tamer. And then if you go right into a BlackWarGreymon on top of this, you could potentially delete 2 more Tamers as well. Yeah, just absolutely murders them. I mean, what do they do at that point? They literally could not come back from something like that. I don't think if you're popping multiple Tamers like that, and then it doesn't even stop there, because when attacking, if this Digimon has Machine or Dragonkin in its traits, which it should, delete one of your opponent's Digimon or Tamers with a play cost of 3 or less. So again, deleting more Tamers, and it's not once per turn. It's not once per turn. How crazy is that? So again, BlackWarGreymon, when he gets to attack twice, is a double pop with Megadramon here. Nutty. Absolutely nutty. But instead of running 4 of this, I do have the 1 Chimeramon, just because this thing is so solid. Just for generic flex utility. You never know when you might need it. Just the when digivolving, place a level 5 or lower Digimon card from your trash under this Digimon in its bottom Digivolution card. Grab whatever inheritable you're missing. Now, again, if you go on top of Deltamon, this guy's only 2 evo costs. That's great. And then let's see. And let me grab my Tsunarizamon, Security Attack +1. Or let me grab this blocker inheritable that I need. Or let me grab this DP boost that I need, so that way I can attack over something. Whatever it is. I love the flexibility and utility that comes with Chimeramon. So at least a 1 of. If you want to maybe cut down the Metal Greymon by 1, you could bump up the Chimeramon up to a 2, and then have like a 3-3-2 split. That's pretty solid as well, I think. And of course, we got the BlackWarGreymon. It is the star of the deck when digivolving. If you have a red and if you have a black, which you should, anything you digivolve on top of with this guy will have both colors underneath it. So you get to target Tamers as well as Digimon and delete up to 6 or less play cost. So 2-3 play cost Tamers is like the idea right there. And then all turns, once per turn, when an opponent's Digimon is deleted, you may unsuspend this Digimon. That's what I mean by like double blocker or attack twice. Phenomenal. So in the previous format, we're running a 3-3 split of this and Galmon, but with how good this guy is for this format, 4 of BlackWarGreymon, absolutely. And then our extra side mega will be the Galmon to go with the BlackWarGreymon or go on his own, just because he is still solid. because he's got that security attack +1 and reboot as well. So when you swing in, you can reboot back. Security attack +1, and then if you got like the Sunariza, that's security attack +2. We're checking 3 security. That's pretty solid. When Digivolving, if this Digimon has black Digivolution cards, Digivolve 1, and if it has a red, you get Blitz. So that's really great as well. Maki, we've already talked about her multiple times here, but 3 play cost. You get a reveal 3 and a Tapirmon and a 2-color black. And then your turn, you can reduce the Evo cost of your 2-color black Digimon by 1 by suspending her. So if you get multiple Makis on field, because she's a great searcher, you just play her, search, play another one, search again, and then when you do your Evos, suspend both, reduce by 2. I really like that it's reducing Evo cost, just because reducing Evo cost blockers are super rare these days. Almost nobody plays them. It's all about these play cost reduction or just memory blocker rookies in general. No one plays the can't reduce Evo cost stuff anymore. Now that we're out of hybrid format, no, you don't see that. So Maki is fantastic now. Same with the Deltamon as well. Combine those two together, you get free Evos for days. For our memory fixer, I did go with the hero, mainly because when you attack, you can suspend this to give your level 5s or higher 2000 DP. That's really important. Remember, it's not just Gammon. It's Gammon its name or is level 5 or higher. So you attack with your BlackWarGreymons, your Galmons, even your level 5s here. Suspend this, give them 2k. That's going to allow your BlackWarGreymon to attack over some really big unsuspended Digimon. Your heroes is going to be super clutch, as well as being a memory fixer. Now, that is the core of the deck there. The next little bit is just some stuff that I want to talk about, one of which I did, or 2 of which I did forget to include here. Of course, we've got the Deathxmon, as well as the Delicate Plan. So go ahead and just throw those in there just so we can have them to talk about. I've got 1 Omnimon in here just for Blitz Omnimon for game. I mean, just Evo, unsuspend, Blitz, win. Like, if you're not going to win immediately, don't use this guy, okay? He is literally there only to win, okay? Because the second you Evo on top of your BlackWarGreymon, you kill pretty much all of your inheritables, all of your useful utility skills, being able to block twice, all of it. You lose everything. So if you're Digivolving into this, you better be winning, because otherwise it's probably not worth it to Digivolve into this guy. Moving on, though, I've got Crimson Blaze in here as well. Just being able to reduce the play cost of this and being super cheap to do a really nice, big, like, board wipe. Lots of decks in this format like to go really wide, so I really like the Crimson Blaze for that. You could run that. Of course, you can run the Death X's as well because it's super solid. It's just, like, fits into everything. It's a good counter. I just don't know if Death X is necessarily needed, since BlackWarGreymon is pretty much already doing what you're teching this guy in to counter, right? So if the idea is to reduce your play cost because your opponent has a field full of Tamers, well, what if you deleted that whole field of Tamers with BlackWarGreymon and Megadramon, Deathxmon kind of loses a little bit of viability here, which is crazy to think, but it is something that at least to warrant looking at. And then, of course, we have the Delicate Plan here, just to turn off options. So when you're swinging in with the Sunariza Inheritable, or you're swinging in with that Gaomon with Sunarizamon, having a Delicate Plan could be super impactful. I expect yellow-purple security control to still be very much in the meta. If you're playing in these large events, definitely expect to see it towards the end of the day. If you're unlucky to get patched early game with it, if you manage to just play all the Shoutmon players early game, you will definitely see yellow-purple security control by the end of the day. So having that a Delicate Plan for those situations, I think will be very, very needed. Might be a good one of here. Literally, you could run this lineup if you wanted, the 1-2-1-1 if you wanted, or drop the Crimson Blazes, whatever the case may be. But I think at least having 1 a Delicate Plan, maybe 2. Like, we don't do a ton of security checks, but a single Delicate Plan can go a long way in the right matchup, and I think 1 is at least warranted for this. deck and for this format. And that will do it. If you have any other really interesting tech cards that you run, definitely let me know. Or if you have like a whole different build entirely, I'm always open to hear what you guys' theories are and what you guys are thinking. If you're a fan of BlackWarGreymon like I am, you're definitely got some good testing in, I'm sure, and some crazy ideas. BlackWarGreymon dedicated players, like, they bring the spice, and I really love the spice that they bring. Sticking with this deck is really, really great, and it's just going to get better and better. If you've seen the previews for the sets in JP, you see where this deck is headed, and it just gets even grosser from here.